Hello and welcome to This Board Game Life. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm doing a review of Flight Plan from In a Minute Mom Games. Flight Plan is a card pulling investment and market strategy. Squeeze your eyes tight and hope for a good luck game. Players use strategy to try to dominate the global airline industry by developing a network of routes, acquiring fleets of aircraft, and establishing hubs around the globe. However, before you can operate in more than two regions, you must reach critical economic thresholds. And each turn, a daily briefing card inserts an element of chance, so even the best laid strategy can be overcome. The, the daily briefing can increase your revenue, make you pay penalties, or end your turn. A few can ruin your airline. The world is separated into 6 operating regions: North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and the Middle East. You are only able to operate in 2 regions until specific resource goals are met. The board has 100 routes that connect 57 cities. 15 cities have been identified as hubs. You can win in one of 3 ways. Be the first to provide service to all 6 regions using a network of connected routes. Connections to multiple regions can go through a single city. You can also establish a hub in any 3 of the 6 operating regions, or own all the short haul routes in 2 adjoining north-south regions, like North America and South America, Europe or Africa, or Asia Pacific, Middle East. This game is designed by David Kuhn. Art is by Raluca Prikop. Published by In a Minute Mom Games. I love that name. This is for ages 12 and up. 2 to 6 players, takes 60 to 90 minutes to play the game. Now, before we go any further, I am going to ask you to please like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you know when we're dropping new content. And feel free to comment on these videos and share them out with your friends if you think they might appreciate it. All right, thank you so much with that. So let's go to the table. Let's take a look at what's here. Let's get some of this extra stuff. So this game is a Kickstarter. I kickstarted this, got it last year, and I was talking in another video that I just released about rule books, and I made a comment about, man, I should really do a video about a bad rule book. And I don't want to knock on games. This is not, I'll just say, this is not going to be a great review, unfortunately. It's a game I really hoped to like. And I will say my immediate first reaction was, when I opened the box the first time, was seeing the rule book. And, well, let's let you decide. So let's put this away. Okay, I'm going to scroll in. Now, this game came out in 2024, I believe it was last year. Oh, it was 2023, but I think I got it in 2024. I'm pretty sure is when it actually released. So this is the instruction manual. It is not very thick, which is good. I like that, right? It's like, okay, well, this should be an easy game to learn. I mean, I think that speaks for itself. You know, I am used to seeing, right off the bat, it's a small print. There's not a single picture on the page. They tell you, they got the overview, how to set up, how to quick play, but there's nothing here but text. And this really was like, what? Like, I know this game was self-published, and I really don't want to beat up on it that much, but this seems like something that would have been real easy to throw in a couple pictures of your board, a couple examples, maybe make the rule book a little bit, bigger. That's it. It's 4 pages of text. That's all there is. you got room. You could have made a bigger book, or added more pages. I like a book that when you open it, it's inviting. This is not inviting. I just felt like this is like reading a manual to your new washer and dryer. Like even a new washer and dryer will have some symbolic, some pictures, as ugly as they might be, pointing out here's what the buttons are on the thing. I just really struggle with this. This is a horrible rule book. It's ugly. It's small, for someone. And yes, I'm in my mid years. Okay, so I am, kind of looking out the bottom of my glasses to read it. But it's just my initial. This was my initial experience. This was the first thing I saw, and I was like, wow. This was a Kickstarter. I was really limited launch edition. This is terrible. So that's all I'm going to say on it. I hate the rule book. It's the worst rule book I've seen in any game. That's okay. So, all right. So let's just move on. Let's pull some positives out. All right, the board. Here we go. It's a big one, folks. It's not too bad. I guess not too big, but still takes up a little bit of space. Am I zoomed out all the way? Oh, going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm unzoomed out all the way. So, but there's your board. So it's not a bad. It's nice. It's a nice big board. It's colorful. It is showing the routes that you can take from different, so this is JFK to somewhere. Where are we going? Singapore. Okay, so they do. So it's going into New York, but you're going from JFK to Singapore. So you got these routes that you can follow them on each side of the board. They have their route numbers, which will be important when you're playing the game. They had I thought, really nice components in this game, and with kind of a little exception. So you get little pilot dudes. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I can. Whoop, come here, dude. There's like little pilots. I can't even tell. And let's see what. It's like, oh, what are these? Well, what are they? We've got a game board. We have two 10-sided dice. We have two route guides. 6 player pawns, which are planes. We have 36 hub markers, which are control towers. Okay, so we have 120 route fleet markers, which are pilot meeples. Okay, so there's a bunch of these pilot meeples. They did really cool with the airplane. I love the little airplanes. These are cool. I do like that. That's nice. But then there's the control towers, which also look really nice, I think. But they're too similar. I know there's difference, but they're too similar in size and shape, and I don't know. Yeah, I sort them out and keep them separate, but I just felt they could have done something a little different here to distinguish those a little bit more. But anyways, that's what you've got for the pieces that you're going to be using in the game. Again, 2 10-sided dice. There are plenty of colors. So you've got your yellow, purple, blue, green, red, orangish, goldish, I guess. So you can play up to 6 players. And I will state that I've only played this. I did a playthrough learning the game one time, and it was just me playing as 2 people. And after that experience, I was like, my game group is not going to want to play this. This is, and I'll explain why. All right, so here's another little route guide. So I think you get 2 of these. So there's a couple more. There's 2 of these. I don't know why there's 2. I didn't even use these in my game, but it basically shows all the routes that are on the board, what type of route it is, whether it's a short haul, a long haul, medium haul. There's also an ultra long haul, and it's showing where the regions are. So Africa, where they depart from, but the code to where they arrive. I don't know. Maybe it's just meant to be like helpful for, you know, AKL to YVR. Like, what's YVR and AKL? So maybe that's AKL. Is it on this side? AKL, YVR. So Auckland to YVR. YVR. Looks like it's going into Vancouver. So, maybe that's what these are meant to be, but I didn't find any use of those in the game itself. The player cards, they're nice quality cardboard. They did a nice job on it's like the components and the cards. They did a nice job. There is quality with that. So you can put down your hubs, so you can mark on your player card the hubs that you have. You'll put your little, I don't know, I think it's the control tower. You'll put something down here to show what hubs you have in which regions, and it does show you how much it costs for a short haul. It's $100 million to buy a short haul thing, and they have an order of play, which is nice. So the hubs cost $250 million. You can see your route card for the hub use fee, how much revenue you're going to make from these routes. So like I can buy a route, and then like other players can pay me a fee to also use my route that I've already established. But so like this is really nice. They do have on your card all the information you need right here. So that's nice. All right, so let's move on to a couple other things. So money. I'm very grateful they did not use paper money. This is card stock, and there's like big increments here. So what do we have at the top? $100 million. That's the money, but it's a card, so it's not paper. So you got 5 million, 10 million, 20, 50, and 100 million. So that's how your money is. So that's nice. I did prefer that. I think I would have been upset if it was, especially for a launch limited edition, if this was like paper money, like Monopoly money. That would have been lousy. So, all right. Now we're going to get into, there's two sets of cards here. We're going to save these for last. So you get, I don't even remember. It's been a while since I've played. And honestly, I don't want to read the rule book again. But these are like your route cards. And I think they got your player cards. So maybe these all get split up into, I really don't remember. But anyways, you're going to get your cards, right? So you're going to have these cards, and they'll tell you what type of route it is. And there's some information on here, which is nice. So, Rio de Janeiro to Singapore it's 9,795 miles. That can't be right. Rio de Janeiro to Singapore on route. Where's my route code? 100. Here it is. So there, I'm like, where's my route code? So 9,000, almost 10,000 miles. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that is like halfway around the world, right? So, anyways, so there's that information. It's 15,763 kilometers. It's a 19-hour, 2-minute flight. Tells you how much it's going to cost for you to buy this route. It's a ultra long haul route, showing you the codes, GIG to SIN, which is not listed on this one. So I think it's only off the sides here when they go off to the other side of the board. And then once you own this route, you're going to make $75 million every time, like the start of your turn, or the beginning of your turn, whatnot. um, and this is, and they're all color coded as well toward like the region. So this is a JFK to Singapore, which is Route 99, which is going to be so out of New York. Where is 99? This one? Yeah. So you're coming down here and going this way. That was the one I was earlier. So they're showing you the routes and all that different information. And that's pretty cool. It's kind of fun. I liked that part of the game where I'm trying to establish hubs and routes, and there's different types of routes you can purchase, and you got to have the money, and like I thought that was really fun. So the game is, I think, is fun to that point in a kind of a very basic way. It's not super strategic. And my big problem with the game is right here. The daily briefing cards. This is, as I read in the beginning, um, this is the luck part of the game, which I do not like. I think this was a terrible addition to this game. I think they should have done something else. Now, let me give you an example. So, at the beginning of your turn, you're doing like your income. You're taking the daily brief. So I would pull this card and it says, voted top airline by Industry Watchdog, receive $100 million. So I gain $100 million. The next person goes, they got weather delays, they lose $50 million. Just like that. And when I was doing my 2-player playthrough, like I was getting, it was like I would get all these positive cards, and then every time my opponent was drawing, they were getting lose revenue, lose revenue, lose. So they couldn't do anything. And it basically, I slaughtered them in the game because I kept getting bonuses off these, and it's just a random draw, but I kept getting positives, gaining a lot of money on top of all my income. And then because he kept getting minus revenue, he wasn't able to start buying routes, and it was like the game worked against him. And I'm like, this is a horrible, horrible idea. It just doesn't play well. And I mean, some of the cards are like, I like the ideas. Regulators authorize additional short haul routes. Receive 200 million per short haul route owned. Weather cancels flights. Lost shipments. I mean, acquire a primary competitor, hostile takeover, rated best place to work, fly through the Bermuda Triangle. Like the cards in the names of them, right? I think are real cool. They're all very industry appropriate to commercial flying, but you how they hurt you or hinder you. Like here's one, the one about nice place to work, right? Double your revenue on that turn. So if you're making a lot of money, you just double that, and your opponent's like, "Oh, you just lost $100 million." It's not a fun game because of these daily briefing cards. It's a very, I think, it's a very light game, and I think it was kind of fun, trying to strategize, and there is a little bit of that of how you're going to make your routes, but this ruins the game, in my opinion. I really despise this in the rule book. And unfortunately, because of that, this is sat on my shelf. I haven't pulled it back out. The only reason it's out now is because I made a comment about a rule book, and I was like, "Oh, if you want to see a bad rule book, I'll show you one." Well, I'm like, okay, I need to do the video now. I can't recommend this game. I don't know if it's going to come to retail or not, or if you see it out there, but I just can't recommend it. And the rule book aside, okay, I can get past that once you slog through. It's only 4 pages, but once you get through it, and it's tough to read because of how it looks. This is what ruins the game. All of these. This, I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't make for fun game, and I can't see. I think what did I say? It's for like ages 12 and up, I think is what I said. Yeah. I can't see a lot of 12-year-olds being happy because every one of the cards they're pulling is a negative. You know, you can't have this much bad luck happen to you in a family type lightweight game. It's not gonna make people happy and want to play it again. But anyways, that's my thoughts. I don't rate, I don't give scores, I don't really do a thumb up. Basically, my thoughts are the way I like approach a review is everyone's different. And I'm just sharing with you my kind of thoughts, some pros and some cons. And I know I am showing you the game because I have it. And this way you're seeing what actually comes in the box, not a marketing reel or something like that. I want you to see what the components look like. Again, the components are all nice. I think the pilots and the towers, they're way too close, like too similar to each other. Maybe there should have been a little bit of difference in the coloring of them, or just a different, I don't know, different shape or something. They look nice. It's just they just don't work. They're too close. But anyways, enough of that. So I kind of think of it as like, is this a game that you might like to have? Is it worth a buy? Um, and so it's kind of more of like, should you get it? Should you pass on it? Maybe play someone else's copy, or if you're really interested, again, and I love aviation, and this was one that's like, oh, I got to get this game. There are Aviation Tycoon, okay, is one I also have. It's a better game. It's older, maybe not as nice component wise and stuff, but it's got the little airplanes too, and it plays much better. It's actually a really fun game. It's more of like a stock market flight plan and your routes. So that I feel like they're somewhat similar, but with those daily briefing cards, it just destroys and ruins and takes all the fun out. So I'm gonna say at the end, I don't recommend buying it. And if you are interested, see if you can find a copy or get it on sale, because I really think that it ruined it for me. These cards, but hopefully that will maybe save you some money, or maybe it's something you didn't know, and maybe this review will be like, hey, I don't care about a rule book. It's 4 pages. I'm going to look at it once. I got the game. I don't need it. Exactly. It's that's kind of a minor gripe. And maybe you like the press your luck, or you pull a card and maybe just like, oh, I'm toast. I got hosed because of a card drop. Maybe you like that. And if you do, and if you're okay with that, then this will be a fun game for you. If you don't like that, or you feel like that creates where I am, it's the game is working against you because of that, and it takes the fun out of it, then I would avoid it. But that's it for me. This again was Flight Plan. And before I go, please do hit that like button and to subscribe so you won't miss it. You'll know when we're launching stuff, but hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when we put out new content. Again, we really appreciate it. Feel free to comment and share with your friends. We'll catch you all next time. Have a great day.